Welcome to Car Talk with Matty J. Another Tuesday night, more car-related topics as we usually do on a Tuesday night. I'm joined in the studio with
Alan
and
James.
It's James from Memphis Movies. Talking about the Solo movie on the previous podcast just before me. Overall, not a great time.
With the Solo,
Yeah.
I mean, if you've listened to Man vs. Movies, which I don't know how many Car Talk listeners have, but like, you know that I'm a massive fan of the original trilogy, but every other Star Wars movie is pretty much complete crap for me. And while Solo is
He's what we in the industry call an elitist.
Yeah, I'm a gatekeeper. Nah. But while Solo is probably the best of the new Star Wars movies, it doesn't make it good. It's still a bad movie. Yeah, listen to my review if you want to expand upon that. Although I will say, to tie it into Car Talk, because this is a car show, there is a speeder chase at the start, so I guess that's close enough.
Oh, I'll take anything I can get at this point.
Yeah.
Like with Star Wars. Feeling.
Also, they do use NOS.
What?
It's not NOS, but they do inject fuel directly into the hyperdrive, and then it does that Fast and Furious. They do that Fast and Furious thing where it's like goes through the engine and it shows the explosion.
They're copying technology from who makes Fast and Furious? Not DreamWorks. Universal.
Or Paramount.
An original film, I think they're part of it.
So
the film's not original at all at this point.
so they're calling So they're ripping off like 18-year-olds.
Actually, a Fast and Furious style movie with like speeder bikes and like land speeders, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
Called Red Line. No.
Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be called. Originally, the Fast and Furious movie was supposed to be called Red Line. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, it was because it was based on the article, which I think was called Red Line.
Yeah, I believe so.
Like a magazine article.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that.
If you watch all the like before the.
Oh, behind the
scenes, they talk about the movie as Red Line. It was called Red Line until like the last minute.
And they had to buy the rights to the name Fast and Furious from Roger Corman, who made like a cheap B movie in the 50s called The Fast and the Furious.
So they would have paid money for that.
So they had to pay Roger Corman, who's known for making like horrible cheesy films, B movies, like lots of money to use that name. Which is now it's the biggest franchise, So do you
reckon they still be paying royalties to him, or
I don't know.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's like 90.
Wow, good effort, good innings.
He's. I mean, not to turn this into a movie show again, but he's like responsible for like giving Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola and Jack Nicholson and all those guys like their first jobs.
Big break,
like Roger Corman. He's known for shitty B movies, but he's like one of the most important people in all
film.
of movies.
Cool.
Almost like Harvey Weinstein. He's a very important person.
Not really.
Pretty important, I must say.
Dude,
in a different way, in a negative way.
Dude, speaking about, well, I don't really want to mention that dude, but I always said to myself, if Morgan Freeman got caught with one of got done
they
with
said
any of this, I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with the industry because like he's like.
He's God.
Yeah, well, essentially, Bruce Almighty.
Well, my thing was like, if Tom Hanks gets accused, like that's it. We're all done.
Doomed. Well, mine was Morgan Freeman. I'm just like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just like, what is this? What is Hollywood?
Just keep it in your pants. Jesus.
Look, we've got to get to our first...
I was going to say, mine was Kevin Spacey. Oh, wait.
I was going to say, even God has needs.
Yeah.
Morgan
Freeman. Look, we've got to get to our first break of the night. We're going to go to a song that an album from an artist we've been playing all month, and I'm a big fan of it.
We almost played the whole album.
Yeah, I've only got a couple more to play over the next 2 weeks, and I think the ones that I can't play that doesn't have swearing in it. That we can play. But yeah, this is her song called "Hold Me by the Waist." It's a bit more of a slower song, but quite a nice and elegant song. She's got quite a bit of like a euphoric kind of voice, dreamy. She's like Lana Del Rey mixed with Tinashe mixed with some other people, but really interesting voice. But we support Aussie artists here on community radio, so like I've done my client liaisons and all those. So we'll be right back after this. You're back on CarTorque with Matty J. That was George Maple with her song "Hold Me by the Waist" on her new album called Lover. Really cool and kind of laid back track, that one.
She's Aussie?
She is Aussie, yeah.
Should send her to Eurovision.
We should send her to Eurovision.
Because there hasn't been a good Eurovision Australian contestant since Dummy.
Well, there shouldn't be because we're not part of Europe.
Take that back. Take that back.
You don't know what we're talking about.
I'm the first person to say that New Zealand is just another state of Australia. Yeah? So don't get me wrong, I'm not...
Well, okay, so instead of saying Australia shouldn't be in Eurovision, you should say New Zealand should be too. Also,
yes, but then Lord would win and then...
Also, if I'm not mistaken, the reason we're in it is because Australia has the highest viewership of Eurovision outside of Europe. Even probably more than some European countries because of our...
We freaking love it here. Like, it's like...
Yeah.
It's like the best thing in the world.
It's like an honorary... I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's popular in New Zealand as well.
Yeah, like, yeah. Jessica Malboy, she was good this year, but like, it wasn't a great song.
I didn't really like anyone this year. Everyone was. The problem with Eurovision is they're all just competing for the like generic pop song, so they can get a record deal and release an album.
The thing is, Dummy M's was like a ballad.
Yeah,
it was a top
belter,
song.
Yeah,
it was absolute belter of a song. Small girl, but she can bloody sing. Quickly before we continue, I'll give a quick shout out to my nana and to my mum listening in Grafton tonight. So in northern New South Wales. So we are spreading to even though it's family to other parts of the country. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and big thanks to you guys. Now I was going to see what you're up to with the WRX. Have you got the battery in it yet?
Yes, I do, which is why it's here.
Is it finally running?
It's finally running now.
So I was planning on doing it right before I left, but as soon as we got home from work, my dad said, "Do you want to just throw the battery in?" I said, "Why not?" And I got myself a set of ratcheting spanners from good old Super Cheap, Tool Pro ones, and
they're good, man.
I got them with the flex head as well. Oh man, was it easy! Like lifting out the battery from the tray and everything else, like just amazingly easy. Because initially, I opened up my old crappy toolbox, pulled out, a 10mm and a 13mm, and that was just a bit of a hard time. I was like, "What am I doing this? I've got a brand new set of Tool Pro spanners, bring them out, ratcheting spanners, crack them out," and it was a breeze. Like just everything was open within like 10 seconds, ready to go drop the new battery in, and the car started first time.
There you go.
But I did notice when I was, I guess you could say, cleaning out the cobwebs on the way here. Yeah. I did notice a bit of smoke again, but it wasn't like similar to the time we went to the Black Spur where we were having obviously an oil burn. Yeah. It was a bit of a different kind of smoke, and I'm assuming possibly some kind of insects or something else made a bit of a nest inside the engine. Maybe some spider webs or something else. Like literally cobwebs are burning.
Yeah. I mean that can happen. But having said that though, it's been like close to a month since you've driven it, right?
Yeah, I'd say possibly even more than that.
So especially when cars sit for that long, it's Like I know when the Typhoon sits for that long and I have to jump it, it's a bit like for its first probably a good like 50 to 60k, the car's still adjusting to itself and it doesn't run right, and then once you start it again and keep going, then it seems to drive quite fine. Yeah,
especially with the battery this time, I think it was completely dead. I think the car computer's relearning as well.
Yeah, they take time to do.
Yeah, it's like dropping the revs in neutral and then bringing them back up. So it's gonna probably take me probably 50 or so k's to kind of relearn it, and then it'll be hopefully back to normal.
Yeah, I mean, cars are kind of cool how they do that. Like they learn the way you drive, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the more you know.
The more you know.
But yeah, like they're always kind of adapting and like adjusting fuel and air mixtures accordingly. So. It was on newer cars anyway, like old cars with like like
not my car.
No, your car's got electronic fuel injection, so it'll be able to do that. But like older carbureted cars, and stuff like that, where
the only adjusting you can do is with a screwdriver, flathead.
Get the old flathead out. It'll do the job. But apart from that, though, it's the smoke's kind of gone away now. Or?
Yeah, so I think it was right as I literally opened, kind of cleaned out the cobwebs and opened up the throttle, and then I was like, oh, quick Starbucks trip. Not advertising Starbucks, it was just there on the way. And as soon as I pulled up and went to do my order, I saw a little bit of smoke. That disappeared afterwards. Okay. So just it always concerns you just a little bit when the first time you see it. Yep. You're always like, did I blow my turbo? Because it's always on that side. But yeah, it seemed fine after that. So
I mean, if it was especially turbo, you'd see it coming out of the back end
the
as well.
exhaust, yeah.
So that'd be a bit more of a show it a little bit more. But
it'd be a great excuse to get a VF34. But no,
I just want to know what your excuse is for not putting the turbo on yet. Sorry, to putting the exhaust on yet.
it's about the tune, and I can't be. You know, I could just put on the exhaust and let it run rich and just see what happens.
Come on,
But because everyone else seems to be doing it, a lot of people do put turbo back exhausts on, immediately floor the car and possibly overboost it, but they're doing fine. It's just because I've been warned, I'm kind of a little, I guess, scared, I guess you could say. And if I'm going to get it tuned, I'd rather have my intercooler and maybe the injectors or something ready.
Are you going to get the turbo done as well?
Not the first time around. So, assuming most good tuning places have you can come back
For a retune cheaper.
Yeah, for a retune for a cheaper price than the standard $800 or to $1,200 it is.
Yeah.
So I thought at least the first tune, I'll try and put on as many parts as I can afford. And then, yeah, later on, if I do need the extra power, I'll go for the bigger turbo.
I mean, you've essentially got the intake, the exhaust. You probably set up an injector. Do you need to do a fuel pump on those? Or the fuel pumps are good for about 200 or so kilowatts?
I don't know if the fuel pump will go to 200, but I reckon I'd say, initially, at least with the first tune, if I go for like 170 or something. Because if I'm going for like 200 at the wheels, I think I'll do like bigger injectors, like quite a bit, maybe even closer to 1100cc or something.
Yeah.
So I can even possibly think about doing E85.
Yeah. But that's when it's going to get into flex fuel and all that stuff, yeah.
But if I just go with STI injectors, which are really cheap for the replacement, I think they're close to like $400.
Well, brand new?
Refurbished.
That's all right.
Yeah, so just getting the STI injectors, just plug them straight in, and just get the bigger intercooler from Process West. You know, just throw that on. If I could just have those extra parts on before the tune, I think it'd be most beneficial.
Yep. Now, I guess you get your better gains that way. I mean, Anthony with his X06 Turbo did that. So he got his cooler, got all his the better cooler piping, got his exhaust. What else did he do? He got his injectors. He did a few other performance ones. Oh, and an intake. And that was all he needed. And then he got 260 at the wheels, and that's at a safe tune, and like that's a basic tune. Like he was with the service, he's going to be aiming to get like 280 to 300 kilowatts. So just basic bolt-ons, but as long as he didn't put anything on until like the last minute to go get it tuned. So bearing that in mind, I think you'll be right.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Just kind of putting on the things maybe the weekend before the tune or something, and then taking it, and hopefully everything goes fine.
Is there an ETA?
Given some other developments, no. But I'd say before the end of the year, definitely.
Okay.
Before the end of the year, I will have the car tuned because
I'm going to hold you to that.
No,
James, you'll witness this.
I will do it before the end of the year because I've got some plans to possibly go back into studying next year, and there's going to be no time for it then.
Yeah.
So I have to do it if I'm going to do it this year, and then enjoy the car as well.
Yeah. But I think you also need to enjoy the car. You need to put some better springs in there.
I do.
Because on the spur, that was kind of your biggest issue. It was too soft.
It was way too soft. And looking at springs and everything else, coilers are expensive.
They are expensive.
Damn expensive. And it comes back to the whole thing of if I had a $60,000 car, buying $4,000 or $5,000 coilovers isn't a big deal because looking at the price of the car.
But you don't have to buy $4,000 coilovers. You can get a decent
$400 coilovers at eBay.
I'm not saying the eBay coilovers. I'm saying you can get a decent set of BCBRs for like $1,200.
Yeah. I think they were...
And they're a great coilover.
Yeah, and there was a Japanese-made one. It's TEIN?
Tien, yeah.
Tien?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know how to pronounce it properly. I think on sale you can get those coilovers for around $1,200 to $1,300.
Yeah.
And they seem to have pretty good reviews. So looking at something like that, that's I feel more reasonable for kind of the price my car is. Whereas, like getting a set of, Bilstein shocks. And...
I mean, you could get some Bilstein shocks and like some what's called the iBike Pro Kit, which Grasser got for his Astra. So they came with springs and Bilstein shocks. And he's like, it changed the car dramatically. He's like, it was a lot firmer, but it handled that much better. And they were still pushing $1,000, but they're not adjustable or anything. But it was a good set. And it was made for the car. It was tuned well to it. You can also always get some Kona yellows, So all kind of adjustables and play around with it that way. If you don't want to go down the coilover route,
Or just cut the springs.
VN Commodore spec.
Yeah. You know, just have everything rub on everything and destroy the car.
Or just Flintstone it.
We should make a Flintstone car.
We should actually. Like we should just buy a really cheap, just like from the wreckers.
Cut the floor out.
Yeah, cut the floor out. No engine. Make it really light.
Just Flintstone it.
See, now that you've thrown that in, a lovely channel on YouTube, Garage 54. It's a Russian channel. They do a lot of really, really dodgy things with cars, such as making a tire out of cement or filling a tire with cement and running that on a car.
What?
Making pistons out of wood.
I saw that.
Yeah,
yeah, I did see that.
They've also got an English edition of the channel where somebody does a full audio translation.
Yeah.
Just Garage 54 ENG for English. And one of the episodes, they semi-Flintstone the car, but instead of using their feet, they had a pedal setup. So they literally set up cogs on the axle,
I love that.
and then pedals where the driver's seat was, and the guy was literally driving this car around.
Pedal car.
Yeah, with pedals. It was a great old time.
They should
Only
paint it.
Russia.
They should paint it like orange and red, like those little Fisher Price.
The what's called the Little Tykes Cozy Coupe.
Yeah.
My cousin has one of those. I got it for him for his, I think, first birthday.
You know, I always wanted one of those.
I did too. That's why I got it from him. I was like, you can know this, this love.
We sell them at Target, and I'm like, I wish I would have had these when I was a kid because they were around, but I never got one, and they're always so cool.
Yeah.
And it had like one door that opened, and it had like the steering with the horn,
And even a fuel cap.
fuel cap. I know.
What?
And the key you can turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty killer.
I tried all those things on my cousin's one. I couldn't sit inside though.
You bought it for yourself.
I did.
And you said it was for him.
Oh yeah. One day I'll get him one. But
We're going to make one like adult size.
dude, it's been made. A person bought a smart car. The Flea, the smart 424 or whatever it is. They painted it in the Little Tykes cars. They even put the Little Tykes badge on the side. It looked spot on. I'm like, dreams.
Good effort.
Good effort. And I think there was a video on YouTube as well. The guy, a guy's talking about his dream car and how much it means to him, how much time and effort he's spent on it. Anyway, you see him walking up to a car, and you think it's like this really nice posh car, and then that posh, he walks close to the posh car, and
He walks past it.
and then the car drives away, and then there's the cozy coupe, and he hops in it, and he starts driving. It's so good. It's stuff like that that makes you laugh. But look, I was going to get to one of tonight's topics. The Fast and Furious. I know we talked about it a lot, and I know half our listeners will be like, "Oh, really?" But in particular, a few of the cars in there that they're really kind of interesting, and they're really kind of odd picks. The GTX, which Dom used in the last.
The bulletproof one. Is that which one is that one?
The black one, the one he's driving in New York with.
Well, that is pushing. What was it? 3,000 horsepower.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's where it's like reinforced with like metal guards and
And then there's four cars pulling at him, and he pulls them all.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like a real I don't think I've ever seen one here in Australia. That is like one of the it's a badass car, and that got me thinking. I mean, like, what else? What other cars? If we had to put a car for a character in the film, what car would we give that character? I mean, Dom has always been the Charger, but if we had to make something else besides the Charger, what would we give him?
For Dom specifically,
Yeah.
I mean, he's already had all the cool muscle cars.
I mean,
Hold on.
see, the GTX got me thinking because like that was a bit odd for what he's had. Like,
Yeah.
because he's had other Chrysler products, but he hasn't had something like that. I reckon the coolest car he did drive though was the Buick Grand National.
Yeah, I like that.
The full black Darth Vader car. He's like doing a burnout and it goes underneath sideways.
Yeah.
The tanker, full CGI spec. But anyway, I was like, I hope they bring that car back because that kind of suits him because it's like badass.
That was cool. Yeah, and it's not something you see. Like it's not that popular.
Yeah, it's not a full on. I mean, it's popular, but it's like rare.
But it's not like a Charger type of car. It's like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Even if you don't know what it is, you know what the shape is. Yeah.
And one of our listeners, actually, Dave Rennan from the States, Dave LC2, he used to have one, and he traded it in. And
The Buick.
The Buick, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, and he's like sick, and then he got a T-type, which is like it's very very similar, not in black, and that got stolen, and then but he put that engine in and everything into it. He put it into an El Camino.
Oh yeah,
so
that's cool.
It's like
has there been an El Camino in Fast and Furious? There has to be.
There would have been. I can't remember who's driven one.
There would have had to have been one.
But well,
I'll look it up.
I mean, in terms of the cars, I reckon like they give the right cars to the right people.
Yeah, the guys who like pick the cars and do up the cars, like they do a good job.
Yeah, like I remember.
Give him an XP Falcon.
Yeah, so he'd be the Mad Max, Mad Toretto.
If you need to seat 4 people, that's us.
Yeah, of course.
What about the Sandman?
Sandman could be for Tej, because just
it's like all purple with the.
No, I was thinking though, like Phoenix in the so is it Phoenix or Felix? It's Phoenix in Fast and Furious 4 with the Gran Torino.
Oh, the bad guy.
Yeah, that suited him. That was a mad car.
Yeah.
I thought that suited him quite well.
Hang on, I think there was an El Camino in Fast and Furious 4, which is Fast and Furious.
Yes,
but I'm not sure which character.
Speaking of El Caminos, I did see one at my gym. Like a month ago, and it was a later Model 1, and wasn't that it was one that was all restricted V8 wise, but it looked sick.
Yeah.
I'm like these are so cool. And Americans love them, yeah. And I was like to myself, why didn't we push our Utes and stuff over there? Like, because they would have sold heaps, because they love small trucks and pickups and stuff, and big trucks. So if the Falcon Ute could have gone,
but I guess the American pickup truck has always been bigger than the Australian Ute.
But they still had like the El Camino, which is like a Commodore size, and the Ranchero, which is their Ford version. So,
true, yeah.
Basically, it's kind of It just makes me reminisce about like the cars that we could have sold here, and the cars that we had that were good. I was reading a post by Paul Marek, and he mentioned he shared. We're talking about on the Sunday kickback the Ford GTR spec that was up at someone bought and is in England and took it to Spa, and was gone up ER Rouge, and he's like it's pretty cool. Imagine if. I can't remember what exactly he said, but he's like, if only we were to export our cars, more globally, people could have realised how good they were.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, it does kind of break your heart, but not much you can do about it now. But having said that, there's some news from the Chinese. They think that we're going to get car manufacturing back here within the next like 10 years.
Really?
I don't know how, but
why is that?
I have no idea. But they reckon they want to expand out to here because we've got we've got good resources and stuff. But I don't think they've priced our labour accordingly.
Because the Chinese business practices usually go into a poorer country, and then giving them things they can't pay back. Whereas I'm not saying we're richer than China. We're clearly not. But I feel we have as you said, like our price of labour and everything else. We've got certain demands that we expect to be met. So it would be interesting though, if we could be making Chinese electric cars. You never know.
We'll see how we go. Look, we've got to get to our next break of the night. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to 98.9 Northwest FM. This is CarTorque with Matty J. Still in the studio with Alan and James. That's James from Man vs Movies.
What? Oh no, I'll save that for off air. I was going to say, where is Jazzy James? I haven't seen him in a long time.
He's been busy with other ventures. I think I'm not too sure. I spoke to him yesterday. Via the interwebs, on the Faceballs. He's busy. Or we're trying to catch up with him and the Grassman.
Yeah,
because it's not Grassman as in weed, but as
say 420.
But Mr. Adam himself, because we haven't caught up with him in ages, but couldn't get around to him. But we'll have to get him back on the show very, very soon. Now. Back on our topic, what car would we give the characters of that show? Sorry, of that Fast and Furious. I was thinking, if Brian was still alive, the Escort I reckon suited him perfectly.
Yeah,
it was like such his car.
It's like my favourite car from that series.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. But I was also a big fan of the. I mean, everyone associates him with the R34. I know Alan does.
I don't necessarily.
Dude, you're the biggest R34 fan.
I associate him with the Gallo 24.
Well, we all know that they take a Gallo 24.
I associate him with the twin turbo Supra.
Ah, yes.
That was running, what was it, 10 seconds and smoked a Ferrari and all.
Seven years. You know, I saw an R34 GDR with the engine up. No, sorry, with the engine, with the bonnet up. And on the rocker cover where it says RB26, a guy changed it to Gallo 24. I'm like, yes, this guy gets it. This guy's awesome. Definitely, he knew what was up. So it's stuff like that makes the car community kind of laugh and enjoy. But yeah, I thought the Escort suited him quite well.
All these cars have been really well, and I guess that's also because Paul Walker
was a car guy.
So I guess he probably had some input as well.
Well, what did he have? He had two Supras. So he had the orange. Well, he had the Eclipse first.
Yeah, the Eclipse first, and then
the Supra. Then the other Supra.
Had the red pickup truck from work.
the SVT Lightning.
And then the second movie he has that's the R34.
Yeah, R34 GTI. Yeah.
And then he gets what's the muscle car that he wins off the
Camaro?
But he also has the Evo for a little bit there.
He does. He has an Evo 7.
When does he have the Evo?
The yellow
Evo for the pigs. No.
Okay. Yeah.
When they're getting shot at with those electronic.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was actually kind of cool though. Like it was lame as hell.
EMP guns.
Yeah, it was like.
It's like.
It's a very cool concept for actually disabling cars in a pursuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure they've tested those.
I'm sure anything that can do that would probably cause a lot more damage to
it.
Yeah, your car would not be able to function if that was the case. But
you could probably start a fire very quickly.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you want to catch your people dead or alive, doesn't matter. America.
Damn hoons. Show them.
Yeah.
Burn their cars while they're with them in it.
Sorry.
That's the way they think.
We all know the task force here is for hoons is way larger than any other.
It's true.
Than any other organization. You're running drugs. You're gonna be okay. Let's put it that way.
Get some wheel slip. That's it. You're gonna jump for life.
Oh man, it shouldn't say what it is, but it is kind of true. Like it's pretty bad. But yeah, I think all of the cars that Brian's had has suited him.
Yeah.
There hasn't been one that I've said, nah, doesn't suit.
Yeah. And even in Fast and Furious 8, when the new guy who
Brian's replacement.
They're trying to replace with Brian, and his car was very much
nobody.
It was very much a Brian car, and we were just kind of like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
He can be his own guy.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make him a new Brian.
Like, especially when you've got a cast that big anyway, it's like, do you need to...
Yeah, like, why do we need another guy?
But at this point, they're going to be in space next movie.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping Danny Trejo shows up at one point. He can drive an El Camino.
Dude, that's the ultimate Danny Trejo car.
That's a perfect car. And then they'll go into space. Where, I guess...
A super in space?
The moon, the
drag race on the moon.
You know the moon buggy that NASA drives? It's like that, but it's all hotted up.
It's got NOS. Oh man.
It's like the scene from the first Fast and Furious where they're all lined up and everyone's got their like subwoofers out and showing their engines, but they're all like moon buggies. And everyone's like hopping around because they're on the moon.
And it turns out The Rock's been up there with his truck forever.
The Rock's the only one not wearing a spacesuit because he's so hard that he doesn't need air. He doesn't need air.
Dude.
Oh, they should drive a Tesla on the moon.
Tesla's always there anyway.
Yeah.
So. Oh man.
Or like they actually Elon Musk should be the bad guy. Like they get there and he's already got a moon base. It's like Dr. Evil's moon base.
Dude, we should write this.
They'll buy it as a script.
I'm pretty sure that's where it's headed.
So Elon Musk with flamethrowers in the moon, with a moon lair
versus the Rock.
Dude, we don't even need the rest of the cast.
I'm pretty sure that Transformers and Fast and Furious are owned by the same studio.
I don't even know.
So I mean crossover.
Yeah,
with Shia LaBeouf.
No.
No,
Yes.
no Shia LaDouche, please.
He's a new up-and-comer racer guy.
Well, what's his name? Tyrese is in both movies, I
He
believe.
is. He is. Yeah.
There you go. Crossover.
So in his previous life, he was a ex-marine.
They're twins. Roman has a twin brother who's like an army guy who fights with the Transformers. This writes itself.
It does. It's. We should get Universal on the line right now. Just be like, guys, we've written your next script. They'll read this, and be like, this is either the dumbest thing we've ever read, or this is going to get us a million hits.
Well, if you can bring in the Transformers fans and the Fast and Furious fans, you fill up that box office.
Yeah, sounds good. Look, it's quiz time. We haven't done the quiz in a while.
No, we haven't.
It's been probably a good month since we've done the quiz. But Alan obviously is in the hot seat. James, if you know any of these answers, you are more than willing to chip in.
You know I don't know any of these
You might get some credit.
Well, I haven't got my USB in. I left it in my car, so I should have got out when I had the music on. But me being me, I completely forgot about it.
I'll do it. Dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
But are you ready, Alan?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, Fast and Furious is Universal and Transformers is Paramount. So
Yeah, they can do a crossover.
they can work something
They can
out.
work something out.
Give us a call.
Everyone get bought by Disney, it'd be great.
Eventually, that's what's going to happen.
Speaking of Disney, they bought Etihad Stadium.
Yes.
It's been called Marvel Stadium.
Marvel Stadium.
Oh.
That's legit. For like 8 years, it's going to be called Marvel Stadium.
Oh my god! Actually, no, I did
Wait.
see that because there was a guy, like I don't know if he was a news reporter or if he was part of the part of the guys who were like announcing it, but it was like, and at the bottom it said like when you're announcing Marvel Stadium, and he was wearing a Superman t-shirt, and I was like,
Oh, jeez, that's so bad.
But I didn't know what it was for. Now I know what it's for.
That's just like when Batman dies in Infinity War.
And Deadpool.
Oh yeah. I can't believe they killed Batman in
can't.
Infinity War.
Robin, what were you doing? Where were you, Robin?
I can't believe they got Matt Damon to play Robin.
I can't believe it's not butter. I had to put that in there. Oh, dude, what the hell is that show becoming?
I don't know.
I have no idea at this point. Well, it is time for the quiz. Let's get serious. Question 1. And no, I haven't got my music, so I can't set the scene. But James, you can set. Yeah, there we go. Scene's been set. EBD stands for what?
Electronic brake distribution.
Correct. Question 2. Subaru's rally car before the Impreza was what?
Rally car before the Impreza was the... Damn it.
You can pass.
I'll pass for now.
Question 3. Power Shift is a dual clutch gearbox made by what company?
I think it's frequently known as Power Shit, and I think it's made by Ford.
It is. That's correct. Question 4. Which E-Series Mercedes-Benz changed the E on the badge to go before the number? So up until this point, it was like 260E or 300E.
Which E-Series?
Is it your car?
It is. Yes. The later version of my one. I know it starts with W, and I'm not going to give you the rest of the numbers.
We'll have to pass on it.
Pass. We'll come back.
Can't remember these things.
True or false? You could get a SS Commodore in a Storm pack.
True.
It is true. They're quite rare because they were pretty basic.
Would that be a triple S? SS Storm?
Very, very, very good. Didn't really pick up
It's
that.
made in conjunction with a Nissan.
Yes. So it's
Had a Pulsar engine in it.
it's got a couple of SR20s. Because we all know they pull what?
Manies.
Premium before race.
Premium.
I thought
Actually get a point for that.
we were talking about the Pulsey doing manies.
Ladies. Question 6. Mazda Speed slash MPS. Their last car they made was the what?
The last car they made, I feel, was the Mazda 3 MPS.
That's correct. Question 7. I know I've asked this question before, but BMW stands for what?
God damn it. Do you remember anything, James?
No. I know when I hear it, I'm going to feel stupid.
And it's not big man something.
That used to be the kids' joke.
Yeah.
It used to be the kids' joke. We can pass.
Is it something in German?
Bavarian Motor.
Oh my god.
What's W? W.
Bavarian Motor Works or something?
James, I'm giving you that answer. That is brilliant. High five. Yes. I've taught you something in the last 2 years of this show. I'm not giving you that point. What? All right, I'll give you the point. But not bad. Well done. Well done.
I guessed.
So in German, it's Bavarian Motorworks.
Yeah, Works. That's what I was saying. I'm like, it's W, but it's
I got the
pronounced
Works.
V.
I said Works. I got that part. I get like a third of it.
He got the third. Here, give him a third of a point.
I'll give you a third of a point.
No, I still got the rest of it because he said it before I could answer.
Oh, man. I can't do this anymore. I really can't. Question 8. Why did Group B get cancelled?
I think it was just too dangerous.
Too dangerous / too many fatalities. I'll take that.
Like too many people.
I was going to say, isn't it obvious? It's dangerous.
Question 9. In the Fast and Furious prelude to the 2 Fast and Furious, what car did Brian drive before he drove the R34? So in the prelude, that little video where no one talks, but like it's just like all kind of face gestures, and he's driving a red car before he drives the 34.
What prelude?
What
I don't know. Prelude.
The 2 Fast and 2, like just before 2 Fast and Furious, where you see what happens to Brian when he gives up the badge and he drives, all the way to Miami, and you see him go like street racing along the way, and then he buys a Skyline from a dealership and pays cash.
Never actually seen that.
I don't remember this at all.
Come on, it's like on every DVD.
I've never seen the DVD. Thank you very much.
No one's seen this.
What? And you guys call yourself Fast and Furious?
You got to give me a hint on that because that's like, James is a movie man,
Yeah.
and he has got
Like,
no
I
idea.
love Fast and Furious, and I don't think I've ever seen that.
Dude, what? He races a Honda Civic. He races a Ferrari in the GDR. Basically, he drives this car up until till the cops find him in an apartment. So in a hotel, and he dumps the car, and that's when he goes and buys the GDR.
I've heard nothing.
Yeah,
of this. You got to give me a hint on that.
Dude, I can't believe you guys haven't seen this.
I'm sorry, I can't afford DVDs.
Here's your hint. It's red.
That's not fair.
We'll come back to it. Question 10. 1 bar of boost is equal to how much PSI?
1 bar is what's like 14.5 PSI, I think.
About 14.7.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. We'll go back to the question that you didn't get. Subaru's rally car before the Impreza was the what?
I'm just going to say the Legacy.
Yeah, Legacy Liberty RS. Yeah, I'll pay that. Hold on. Which E-Series BMW changed the E on the badge to go before the number?
Come on, James, give me a number. It's a W.
Well, his is a W124.
So W125?
I'm giving James. You've done it again. James won W124. James
Yes.
is beating you today. So
I get 2 points.
You get 2 points.
So what are we on right now?
You're on 9, but
That's pretty
2 of
good.
those points are from James.
Fine. He's getting credit. He's in a partnership.
To be fair, most of the time someone does the quiz, the other person just helps them
Yeah.
anyway. So,
I'm just
except this
impressed-
time, I'm the person who helps, and I don't know anything.
I'm just impressed that I've taught you something over the last 2 years, James. This is brilliant.
No, I'm guessing. I'm just
You
guessing.
mustn't remember W124 that my car was.
Yeah, that's true.
Question 9. In the Fast and Furious prelude to the 2 Fast and Furious, what car did Brian drive before the R34? It is red.
Is it of Japanese?
It is of Japanese descent.
All right, James, I'm feeling
It is all-wheel drive. I'll even give you the company.
Okay, give me the company.
Subaru's Enemy.
So I'm assuming. Wait.
And it's not an Evo. I can't narrow it down anymore because that'll just give it away.
I'm looking at
It'd have to be a Galant VR4, right?
I don't know. You don't ask me.
It's got something with VR4 in the name, but it's not a Galant.
Oh.
Is it a Legnum?
No.
Oh,
I can't give it to you.
Yeah. I've lost the guess.
It's the Mitsubishi 3000 GT/GTO. Have you seen this, James?
No, I'm looking
You've never
at it
seen
now.
this? You've never seen this?
No.
Oh my god, dude, this is like the best part. This is how it shows how Brian ends up in Miami.
I've never seen this. I have to watch it.
I never knew this. This is news to me.
We are watching this now, yeah.
So this is what? Had 20 years down the track?
No, this is like it's straight after.
No, I mean like in the timeline since this movie was released. It was what, 99 was it?
No, Too Fast was 2003.
2003.
But this is before Too Fast Too Furious, right?
This came out. This is set between the first movie and Too Fast Too Furious, and came out with the DVD, which would have been 2003, give or take.
Yeah, so it came out basically. It's to show how Brian got from. It's essentially straight after the first movie, and it shows you how he got to the second movie.
So this came out with the second movie DVDs.
Well, I mean, I think they showed this at the start of the movies, but just before Too Fast Too Furious anyway. So because
at the cinema.
At the cinema, otherwise people have been like, how the hell did he end up in Miami, and why is he?
Well, why wasn't it part of the movie?
Exactly.
I know.
I watched Too Fast Too Furious plenty of times. I love that Miami Beach-esque, everything else going on with what's his name?
Tej Parker.
Yes, Tej, and everyone.
Suki
else.
hasn't come back, has she?
No.
We need Leon. We need Suki, and Jimmy.
Jimmy, we need back.
Yeah.
Johnny Tran. We need Johnny Tran back.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
He's dead.
Anyone can come back at this point. Letty came back.
Yeah, Letty came back.
So I'm still with fingers crossed for Cyborg Han.
It's got to happen, dude. We didn't see him die.
If they end up in space, and because
if they go into space, Cyborg Han's coming.
and because Jason Statham's now a good guy, even though he killed Han, if they reveal that Han was alive, then it makes sense that everyone's cool with Jason Statham. Because it makes no sense that everyone's cool with Jason Statham.
It doesn't.
Like, you killed our best friend, but no, you're all right. You had a brother who you were trying to help out.
Top bloke. We'll be right back after this. That's right, 98.9 Northwest FM, back on Car Talk with Matty J, about to end up the show. I can't believe I've just blown your minds in terms... Well, one, James, you blown my mind by actually getting 2 questions right. But the fact that you guys haven't seen this bit is just, whoa.
We could have had 10 out of 10.
You could have had 10 out of 10.
Could have broken... Is that...
I've never had a 10 out of 10. You could have had a 10 out of 10.
Is the highest 9? Or
9, yeah.
So we are technically leaders on the leaderboard at this point.
I don't think it counts. I don't think the leaderboard even... None of the points count.
7 of them count. I got those on my own.
What does Jim Carrey say? No, not Jim Carrey. Drew
Carrey. Where everything's made up and
the points don't matter.
Yeah, points don't matter.
Yeah,
that's the CarTorque quiz.
But 9 out of 10, not bad, guys. Look, we've got to end up the show. We are out of time. Stay tuned for some more shows on the radio. We definitely won't be here next week. For the Tuesday edition, because they are doing a renovation. So we'll probably just keep with our Sunday edition, and we might try and do an extra podcast in there on the Tuesday night. I mean, I'm always down for a feed up the show anyway with you guys. So.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
We hungry. I've got a high metabolism.
Doctor says I got high metabolism.
I was just shaking his head.
We should just make
Tyrese Gibson earning paychecks. I think there's a supercut of actually his shenanigans, I guess you could say. Because that is just him earning a paycheck.
Dude, he started off as a serious character, and then he went, like, halfway through the movie, he completely became an idiot.
Now he's the butt of all the jokes.
Oh, but yeah.
We still love him.
There's a moment he stole the cigar living thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude. So good. But
look, I want my cutter back.
I want my cutter back. That was good. We do all that for a damn cigar. But anyway, James, give your show a quick plug.
Man vs. Movies, Tuesday 6 p.m, 98.9 Northwest FM. Like and share the Man vs. Movies Facebook page, and you can find the podcast on iTunes, Shout Engine, or on your regular podcasting app.
But keep an eye out for that space, because
probably next week. Obviously, next week we won't be in studio, so keep an eye on the Facebook. We'll probably just upload a podcast and not be on the radio. And then soon I'm planning to stop Man vs. Movies and replace it with another show. But yeah.
We'll still be doing movie reviews.
I'm planning on doing like a radio show that's not about movies, and then doing a podcast that's more
movie related.
More movie related, but also now it'll give me more time to talk about stuff.
Cool. Sounds good. Alan, give Car Loops usual one. You're probably the best at doing that.
Yep, our good friend of the show, Riz, runs a service called Car Loop. It's essentially just a car buying service for anyone who's particularly time poor or doesn't really want to deal with kind of all the bullcrap you go through going through a dealership.
Or just need free advice.
Yeah, if you just need free advice and you're looking for a new car, so Riz pretty much does all the legwork for you, looks for what your needs are, and looks to find the best car for you and for the best price. So facebook.com/carloopau, and hit up Riz. He's a good guy.
Great guy. Definitely down to help you people. So it's all for the community, and that's what we do here on Community Radio. Like and share our Facebook page. It's CarTorque, TORQUE with Matty J. We've got big plans happening over the next few months. Still trying to organise with Mighty Car Mods, trying to make that happen. Their schedule is just insane. We should probably go fly there, go to their restaurant, and just do it there.
Yeah,
which would be kind of cool.
It's probably easier for us to go there than for them to come here.
But yeah, like and share our Facebook page. We've also got all our episodes, our previous episodes, if you've missed any, on Shout Engine, and there are links on our Facebook page. Otherwise, just Google us and you'll find it. They'll come up on there. If you listen on iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review. Get us higher on the rankings. Thanks to people that are doing that. We are still kind of getting there. So keep giving us a share and a like. Giving Dr. Rock a quick shout out for his show on a Monday night and on Thursday night. Dr. Rock for Your Pleasure on a Monday night. And with his show with his mate Fitzy, the Thursday Night Waffle, where they tell plenty of dad jokes, which everybody likes a good dad joke.
Especially here at CarTorque.
Especially here at CarTorque. But yeah, thanks to all our listeners. Thanks to my nana, especially up in Grafton, and my mother and everybody else. We'll see you guys for the Sunday edition. I'll see you guys then. Take it easy.
This is professional radio, gentlemen.
And it's front-wheel drive.
Scotty, have you got anyone you want to thank?
Just myself.
And now we do the after hours. Dun, dun, dun.
Gentlemen, what would you go for?
Dacia Sandero.
Okay, and because it's not a supercar.
But it is.
It's not.
Automotive perfection comes in the form of two letters, A and U.
Long live my LTD!